Welcome back to What RT Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an Object 907. It's a Tier 10 Soviet Premium Medium. It's located on the southeast spawn of Great Wall, and or Empire's border I should say, and it's under the command of Filiparino. Well, if you got one of these, then you took part in the contest and took part in previous competitions and became one of the top 3,000 players and were rewarded with either a 907 or an M60 or several other reward tanks. It's basically a project to replace the T-54. It's got a 100mm gun and rather trollish armour in some aspects, but unfortunately it's also very prone to being ammo racked. Okay, we've got an early contact. Oh, lovely one! The Bulldog went straight up the wall and he hit him while he was up the wall, so the shell went right through the flat armour on top of him. And well, he's going down the other side, which is going to block the enemy from coming into the valley. Or is he? No, he's going to try and get above them and ambush them as they come in. I think he was thinking, is there a possibility I can climb up on top of that cliff and start shooting at the enemy that way? Oh, his first target's a Malbreaker. Didn't get through the armour. Might have to load the heat. Go for the between the tracks. No, tries the side and it works. Now this 100mm will actually do 320 alpha. He bounced around from the Lerva, or took a round in the tracks rather. Go for the low plate of the Lerva, easy to pen that. And bounces the round that came back. Malbreaker's getting close. Goes through the front plate actually, in the upper armour, which is pretty astonishing. Go for the weak spot, yes. On the turret, goes for the rounded spot. Goes for lower plate of Lerva. Yep, got him again. He's effectively tearing these two tanks to shreds. Goes for the flat plate on the turret, but he does take a round for 489. That was an APCR round. Changes sides, goes over to the other one so he can poke round the corner. There is an E75 down towards the south and an Object 705, but they're actually too far away to actually help this Lerva, who is going to die. Oh, but he uses an HE round. Go for lower plate. Yeah, gets it. In fact, this is a new Lerva. It's not the same one, is it? Or is it? No, it is the same Lerva. There's only one Lerva on the enemy team. Took an HE round, takes him out the game. Now we've got a Jagdtiger. And he's going to get closer before he starts engaging this guy. Jagdtiger's just hiding around the corner. Sides grape out, bounces around that came in. One through the side. Goes for the lower plate. Yep, easily through that one. Now, can he track him, hold him in place? Yeah, he's a dead duck now. He's going to be perma-tracked. He can't fight back. One through the lower plate. He's leaving him. He's not going to... Or is he going to fire at a distance? Yes, he's firing at a distance because he's going after the 705 down to the south and the E75. He wants the extra hit points. Of course, this is a sign of a true Unicum that they're not interested in the kills. They just want the damage. They want as much damage as they can so they can upgrade their tanks and get the marks of excellence. Okay, E75 is going to be the first victim. One in the rear. Can he track him? That would be quite nice. Got a thick ass, that E75. Okay, yes, one through the ass and he's out the game. Okay, so there's only 6 enemies left and most of them are in the valley. Yeah, that Malshan's got a long way to get back to the cap. There's no point of him going to the enemy cap. It'd just take too long. But he is actually going that way. Okay, our RT are all alone, and here comes the Batchat 25 ton and a Wizzy 1321. So it looks like it's going to be Filiparino to the rescue as our M40 scurries away. The M53, M55 dies. The M40's going for the shotgun. Unfortunately, he was seen and killed. We're trying to get as close as we can, but doing so in such a way as to avoid getting taken out. We haven't lost that much in the way of hit points so far. Filiparino's been very careful. He only really took that big shot from the Mailbreaker. Poking around the corner. There's the Wizzy. There he is. One into him. Borsig. Oh dear, this is where it gets a bit awkward. Goes for the gun shield and gets it. Okay, AMX-30B. He bounces the round from that guy. Pulls back and no, he's having difficulty trying to get. And oh, that Wizzy was sneaky. He crept up on us. Here comes the AMX-30. Got him in the tracks. Had to push forward, put another one in. Better. Okay. Go for it again. He's tracked. Yep. And that was a fire. He got a fire. Go for it again. Kill him. Yep. Got him. Now the enemy's still capping, but remember there's that Borsig somewhere around here. Oh, the Borsig's behind the Wizzy. Made a big mistake there. The Borsig could have actually got a shot on us, but now he's taken 2 rounds and oh, back chat. He's out. That's 5 kills. Next one is the Top Gun. Go for the Borsig. Gets it. Top Gun. Go for the Wizzy 132. He's a one shot. And he's out the game. And there's only 2 enemies left. There's a possibility here of a Radley's. He'd rather like it. The other one is in the middle. Oh, the T110E3. We can see where he is. And oh, unfortunately, Filipperino is ages away from him. He's going to have to drive some to get there, but the T110E3 is going up against the Mailbreaker. Let's hope he's still alive by the time he gets there. He's saying, let me do all the damage, please. It would mean so much. Well, yes, if you're a Unicum, that's the sort of thing you like to do. You like to do as much damage as you can. But remember, this one is for a Radley's. So it'd be rather nice if you can get the Radley's. I actually asked my team, could I get a Radley's once? And they did say, yes, I could take it. In fact, I was in an Arty. I was in the Fifi at the time, the 105 FH-18B2. And the very next tank we saw, I killed. Oh, bounced off the side. The E3 is actually ignoring. Oh, he's just ignoring Filipperino, which is a big mistake. And now he's just got behind him, and this is going to be rather painful for the E3. All these heat rounds are going to go in. One more. One more. Yes! That's a Radley's. Wins the game. The Mailbreaker was on fire at the end. So was the T110E3. Brilliant round by Filipperino. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for Filipperino in the Object 907. He managed to bruise the mill for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He got 17. A duelist badge for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. And a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He picked up a Radley Walters. He killed at least 8 of the enemy. He did get 8 exactly. He got a Steel Wall for blocking the most damage from the enemy. A High Caliber for doing the most damage to the enemy. And of course a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills in the game. Oh, wow. That was pretty tense. That was a lot of action, and I'm sure that Filipperino was very happy with that game because he managed to get 9,347 hit points of damage. Easily the high score on that game. The next highest scorer was only the P44 Pantera with 3,787, and that's much less than half the damage that Filipperino did during that game. He also got the highest number of kills, 8. The highest on the enemy team was their Batchat 25, who managed to get only 4 kills, half as many. And there was 2 kills by the AMX-13-105, the Martian, the T110E3 and the AMX-30B. And when it came to base XP, well, just look at that. 1,538 base experience points. Highest of the rest was the Martian with 858. And then we've got the Pantera getting 764. So he did very well, actually, that Pantera, but just not as good as Filipperino. He fired 35 rounds, got 35 direct hits and 32 penetrations. This tank is a monster in the right hands. And, well, Filipperino is the right hands. 9,347 hit points of damage, all of it at close range. Received 11 hits from the enemy, only 2 of which were penetrations, 7 non-penetrations, and 2 hits by way of splash damage. That was the Lerva firing HE rounds at him. And again, he just gave up trying to pen him with standard rounds, just couldn't get through. 2,400 hit points blocked by armor. 4 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 8 killed, and 763 hit points of spotting or damage assist. He also managed to get 58 defense points by resetting the cap whilst the enemy was in there. And, well, if he'd left it a little longer, he might have actually picked up a defender's medal as well. But I think he wasn't after the defender. He wanted the damage. And, of course, that meant getting to the enemy as quickly as he could and not letting his teammates do that. Or rather, he wasn't stopping them from doing it. He was just monopolizing the action. 78,738 credits for the battle, but, and here's the kicker, yes, he did spend an awful lot on premium ammo. He had to use the heat ammunition, and there's no two ways about it. You can't get through some of the armor on some of those tanks, especially that E3, when he needed the damage off that E3. So, yes, he had to expend on the heat, and that meant he actually made a loss for the game of 44,391 credits, but he will make that back in no time whatsoever. He picked up 1,538 base, got ×2 for the first victory of the day, 77 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 3,153 experience points altogether. What a great game that was in the 907. Normally, Empire's Border is a terrible map for most players. They hate it, they don't like it, especially arty players, of course, because all those hills, you just can't shoot over the mountains. And if you do try to shoot over the mountains, normally it hits something on the way or you miss your shot. But in the 907, well, Filiperino made it look easy. In fact, he almost managed to find a new position, climbing up that wall, trying to shoot down on the enemy from above. But it didn't work on this occasion. But nice Radleys there from Filiperino. Very well played. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel if you can, please, and thank you for watching. Oh, by the way, we've got another Filiperino replay coming up very shortly.